A massive rail project between Indianapolis and Louisville will lead to heavier, faster trains. It's a story that IT8 was first to report back in December.
Tonight, the mayor of Greenwood worries those upgraded rail lines will leave many intersections without crossing arms. IT8's Bennett Haeberle is here to explain the growing concern. Bennett.
Lori, there is no question among all parties that more crossing arms might be needed along the 106-mile stretch of rail. The fight now is over who should pay for them.
This is actually Little League.
With the start of baseball season just around the corner, Jerry Beasley is busy, printing off as many as 600 jerseys a day. But he often finds himself watching another game outside the window of his Greenwood print shop. A game of chicken on the tracks.
If you're here working and you pay attention to it, you're really scared sometimes when people try to beat the train.
Right now, Greenwood averages about 3 to 4 trains a day, enough to tie up traffic.
There's not much before 11, not much after 1. But the one that comes between 4:30 and 5, it's a mess.
A mess that some fear could grow if a shared use plan is approved between CSX and the Louisville, Indiana Railroad. The plan calls for upgrading the line, allowing for heavier, faster trains and more of them.
And it does really concern me that people are going to try to play chicken with these trains. They see the train coming down the tracks. Well, right now we're used to them doing 15 miles an hour. They're going to be doing 50. They think they still can outrun that train, and if there's not a crossing arm there to stop them, they're going to try.
Mayor Mark Myers is concerned the train increase will increase the need for more crossing arms, something that's missing from many Greenwood crossings.
That's a big concern. You know, just to continue with the same lights and bells that we currently have is not sufficient.
The mayor is taking his concerns to Washington this weekend to meet with Indiana's congressional delegation. The mayor's hope that by bending an ear in Washington, he can make an impact on what happens in his town, namely forcing the rail companies to pay for safety features. CSX has said it will help survey trouble spots, but will leave payment up to the state and cities.
If they're going to increase their traffic load, if they're going to increase their speed, and if they're going to upgrade their tracks, they should upgrade the crossings too.
CSX has said in the past it will be up to the cities and states to pay for those upgrades. They did not get back to us today. In December, we talked with the mayor of Columbus, who wanted to build an overpass to avoid increased congestion caused by the trains, something INDOT says would cost $35 million. There is no money for that. And this plan, of course, still has to be approved by the federal government. There's no timetable on when exactly that will happen.
Okay, and with that increased speed, you can imagine that means more noise. Has there been any talk about that?
There was talk of that in the environmental assessment done by the Surface Transportation Board, but there's still a big question over who would pay for that, whether or not it's increased berms or added foliage or trees or something of that nature that would help sort of quell a lot of that extra noise.
A lot to calculate.
Yeah.
A lot to deal with, yes.
Thank you, Bennett.
Sure.